7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Come on in. It's a player's perspective. Another week 3. And your boys are back. My man sitting to my right, his name is the All-American. The All-World.
Yes.
Mr. Takoa.
Say it again.
Mr. Takoa. Mr. Ken Swillen.
Yes, sir.
And your boy, T. Cove, Tom Covington. Here, we call ourselves a player's perspective, where here, a player's perspective is given. This is Yellow Jacket Talk, Sports Talk, the only talk in Yellow Jacket Nation that comes to you live and direct right here on Facebook, YouTube, Spreaker, and Instagram. So welcome back, everybody. We're glad to have you back. Ken.
Yes, sir.
We in the house, brother.
Once again, God has graced us another time to
There we go.
to come and sit before our people and talk about our Yellow Jackets.
Talk about our Yellow Jackets. We got Kim Jackson behind the board. What's up, Mr. Kim?
Yes, sir.
There you go.
Seven Springs Studios.
Seven Springs Studio in the house, y'all. How you guys like our digs? For those that haven't seen them, we love them. Isn't it beautiful?
Yeah.
Absolutely
It gets
beautiful.
a little, when I look at the page, sometimes I have to, blink my eyes to think that it's really
Get a
really
double
happening.
take?
It's really happening, but we've gotten some good comments, and I tell you, Brother Kim has done a real great job as far as producing and doing different things for us. So we are very, very appreciative.
Absolutely. We couldn't ask for more, even though he's about to give us some more. And so we're excited about that. Our show today comes to you from the Covington Agency. Knowledge is power, but know-how is key. Give me a call. Check out a page at My Agent Thomas Covington on Facebook and book an appointment with me. Let's talk. Let's have a conversation. Let's take care of you. Let's begin. Hey, brother. It is a coming off of a loss type of week.
Ooh.
We were looking for that 2-0 upset victory over them Knights of University of Central Florida, but it didn't quite go the way we wanted it to go. But our Yellow Jackets played pretty good in spite of a lot of different things that made them not look so good.
Yeah, in spite of a lot of young mistakes, in
Yep.
spite of a lot of deficiencies that we still have.
Mm-hmm.
I think our guys played really good, and for 3.5 quarters.
3.5 quarters.
3.5 quarters or so. You look at it. You're going into like 10 minutes of the ball left to go in the ball game. You're looking at a 28-21 game or something like that.
Exactly.
It's something like it. We're down by 7 points.
Well, it was 28-14 at the half.
Mm-hmm.
Then we picked up another touchdown in the fourth quarter to cut it to 7.
Got it to 7, and really UCF was kind of off stride a little bit and got out of rhythm, and we started doing some things and with adjustments to kind of affect it. But then when they needed big plays, they got big plays.
They got them.
And when they got turnovers, they produced them into scores, which is something that we will have to learn how to do.
Yeah,
we'll have to learn how to be aggressive and score. And all in all, UCF is a very good team, very well coached, very potent offense, a real strong defense.
Yep.
And they played well, and that was their first game, so that was a time for us to kind of catch them off guard a little bit.
Yep, there you go.
And they once a team like that knocks the rust off,
yeah,
you really can't. It's hard to stop them, and they play at a pace that is real difficult to deal with. And another thing, we're going to talk about it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But you can't give up that many yards in the air. in the air, I was like, okay,
600 yards.
Yeah. It was, you can't give up that many yards.
Well, that's a very prolific offense, and the thing was, Ken, like you mentioned, how good this team actually is, and then how bad we were playing, because there were so many situations there that if we just did it a little differently, we could have prevented a score. We could have scored, and we could have actually been up in this game.
Right.
And then to do that and still be only down to 7 points in that fourth quarter was amazing.
Yeah.
It was absolutely amazing.
Absolutely amazing. And you know, and sometimes you have to you wonder if the problem is a a personnel problem.
Right.
You wonder if it's a coaching or technique problem.
Yeah.
You know, when I look at stuff, you know, I try to look at the game and try to be as not be so analytical about it.
Well, true.
But you know, because you try to give guys the benefit of the doubt. But if you got a guy playing off a guy 7.5 yards is his depth, he starts his back pedal. How does that guy get behind you on a 9 route?
Well, you know, you and I were just talking about that, brother. And it's something that just baffles a person because when you're looking at your technique and what's going on, I was even, you know, talking to Kim earlier about that, you know, getting out of position and then not getting yourself back into position. It's like, you know, being back there, the veteran that you are, having an understanding about DBs, it's like at certain points on the field, you have different rules and responsibilities so far as technique.
Right.
So if you're in the middle of the field and the guy is running past you and going, you just got to catch up to him and get there.
Yeah.
But also when you kind of get into the end zone area and stuff like that, where they can't go beyond the end of the end zone, at some point you have to turn and find the ball.
Find the ball. Yeah.
So I mean, what are the rules? What are help the people?
Well, first of all,
the peoples understand
in the middle of the field, you know, depending on the coverage, depending on what we're trying to get done, you're always taught to know where your help is coming from.
Right.
So if your help is inside, you want to funnel that guy inside. And a lot of times, what I've seen, you know, thus far, it looks like people not knowing where to line up. Looks like people not knowing exactly where the help is.
Gotcha.
And knowing how to squeeze things down and kind of funnel to the help or try to position themselves to the help. And you know, and then it comes down to being athletic and then going to make a play.
Exactly.
And once you get a guy under control and you can catch up to him, okay, he's got me beat. I got to catch up to him. I catch up to him. The ball is not coming to me.
Right.
I got to know this at all times.
Right.
The offensive guy is not throwing the ball to me. The quarterback is not throwing the ball to me.
Exactly.
So if this dude is still in his gate and he's still running pretty hard, 9 out of 10 times the ball is coming to him. It's coming to him, and it's his route. So I've got to get him under control, and once I get him under control, then I can look back and then I can make a play on the ball.
Well, I mean, you know, and for me, you know, and I played some defense and stuff like that in high school, but I didn't play in college and everything. So I know there are different rules and the techniques, but it was always that thing that, you know, once you kind of get with your receiver, find the ball.
Yeah.
Now open field, midfield, you can't just turn and look in the backfield because then you lose your receiver, right? But there is such thing as a peripheral vision.
Right.
To where I can run with you and I can see to my left to see if a ball is coming.
Yeah, and we used to say that all the time. You can't have tunnel vision. You got to be able to see. You know, from a safety standpoint, I've got to be able to be in the middle of the field and be able to see
everything in front
I got to
of you,
see everything in front of me.
Okay.
I got to see what's happening on both sides.
Right.
And it sounds impossible.
Right.
But you learn how to do that.
Yeah.
You learn, once the game kind of slows down, and a lot of times you can do that pre-snap. You can do that by just the way they align, the way they move outside the numbers, or the way they move inside the numbers, of what they want to do,
right,
and how the route is going to be ran. You know, I know we're giving you a lot of just technical stuff, but those are things that I think that I'm not saying they're not being coached.
We have seasoned listeners out here, so they know this terminology because they've been watching the player's perspective right here on Facebook Live. Hey, today we're going to have some calls coming in from you guys, and we're going to be excited about that. Come on, I want you to come back to that thought. But 470-412-0917, 470-412-0917 is the number to call. Come on in and join the studio, and let's make that happen.
Yeah.
What was that? 470? What did I say? Okay, I think that's what it was.
Yeah,
470-412-0917. All right. Go ahead. I'm sorry, brother.
It's okay. I mean, but you just want to we just want to see these guys play a little bit.
That's all.
A little
That's
bit better.
all. That's
a
all.
little bit better technique
Yeah.
and a little bit better as far as getting to the ball, and when you get there, making a play on the ball, being athletic enough to make a play on the ball. And one thing about it, they are playing a lot of young
A lot of young guys, absolutely.
A lot of young
Everything
guys.
was you're saying is coachable.
Right.
Those are coaching techniques
Right.
that can coach them up and make them happen. And if they actually did that, oh my gosh, it would probably have been a totally different ball game.
Different ball game. I think Georgia Tech is in that position right now where, as a fan, you've got to be excited by what you're seeing. You've got to be excited by the flashes from the young core, from the young duo of Jeff Sims and my God, this Gibbs kid is. I'm just going. I'm going on record right now, and I'm going to say it. We don't necessarily claim ourselves to be the be all and end all of professing people to be what they need to be.
Right.
But this kid is, dare I say, special.
He is special, brother. He is special.
He is special, and I was trying to go back in my mind because I've been following Georgia Tech football for a long time, probably since I was a little when I was 10, 11, 12 years old. We had a guy from my hometown, Lance Skelton, came and played at Georgia Tech. What's up, Puncho? I've started following him. Through following him, fell in love with Georgia Tech.
Right.
Then my cousin comes, and they got Robert Levette and all those guys. So I fell in love with Georgia Tech football. So I've been watching Georgia Tech football for a long time, and I don't know if we've ever had a guy like him at the running back position. And I know we've had a lot of nice running backs. A lot
of nice ones. I tell you, somebody that I feel could have probably been like him, T.J. Edwards.
Yeah, because T.J. was, T.J. was a home run hitter.
He was oh my gosh! But those hamstrings,
the hamstring wouldn't let him loose, man.
Just wouldn't let him loose.
Let him loose.
And as soon as he got to that point where he was at peak performance, bam, something would happen to him. Yeah. But he was special.
Yeah,
I can remember playing under the lights one night when we had practice. Normally we do it on Mondays. And TJ was just going off.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was just like, wow, this kid's got it going on.
Yeah, if he could have stayed healthy.
A little bit.
And hopefully this kid will stay healthy.
And another person that would have probably been the same thing but got caught by the injury bug too was Tony Collins. You remember Tony Collins?
Yeah.
And if that brother got out, if he
sweet.
got an opening, he was gone.
Yeah.
And he made one little jump over a couple of guys laying on the field, and he came down wrong.
You talking about Tony Hollins?
Did I say Collins?
You said Collins.
Tony Hollins. Tony Hollins. That's right. Sorry, Tony. But for you guys that remember him, that was another guy that had that special it factor.
Right.
If you want to call it like that,
Yeah.
it's an it factor. But it's one of those things that you're looking at. So that's why I'm encouraged, though, Ken, because we have some kids out there that, to me, are some playmakers. And the fact that we haven't been able to put it together yet, because it's early. It was only week 2, okay? But Jeff came off of a great performance against FSU.
Right.
Not so great in the second game. Had a fumble going in. These are things that you got to learn. You got to protect the ball always.
And I'm
always protect the ball.
Tommy, I'm worried. I'm concerned.
Uh-oh.
I need this young man to start getting down a little more.
Yeah, he's taking too many hits.
He's taking too many hits right now.
Yeah.
And he's not going to play a whole season because the right guy going to hit you in a minute.
That's true.
Now
I think that we're pretty stacked at quarterback.
Yeah,
we got some talent out there.
Yeah, but
you shouldn't be willing and just ready to give yourself up
like this
to be taken out of the game.
I'm like, he got hit. He got rocked a few times last week, and I'm like, son, get down, get down. I don't know what they're telling them. I'm pretty sure they're not telling them to stick it on in there and do this, that, and the third. I know they're telling them to get down.
Well, I've heard Coach Pat say that we got to teach him how to get down.
How to get down? He's got to get down because these kids nowadays, in even the hit that he took, the big hit that he took from the safety.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a clean legal hit.
Clean and legal. He got clocked in his chest.
Right.
He got clocked on his side.
Yeah.
And and then of course, on the sideline too. But the thing is that he's showing his toughness.
Yeah.
He's showing some resiliency out there. He's showing some fortitude and getting out there to not be shaken.
Right.
But there was times that it appeared that he lost his confidence a little bit. He kind of a little short arm on the ball, overthrowing guys, stuff like that. And to me, a lot of that comes from getting lit.
Yeah, when you get lit up like that. Man, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. There's nothing like being an offensive ball player. And I didn't play offense a lot in college, but I did play a little bit in high school.
Yeah.
And man, there's nothing like getting hit by somebody that hit you right.
Just get your attention.
To get your attention. And you get up, first of all, you get up shook.
Right.
And then you get up kind of upset. You get up and you go through all kind of stages. You be shook, embarrassed, grieving a little bit. Then you pissed off because somebody hit you hard, So I'm trying.
The thing is to be
get
shook. The thing is to be shook, but not shaken. Man. That's the thing right there.
Hey, look here, because I'm gonna tell you.
Who hit me?
Tommy, I'm gonna tell you right now.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you right now. To this day, it's gonna happen. Y'all can write it down, take a picture of it, do what you want to do. Somebody is gonna catch him just right. While he's because first of all he runs too high. He don't get down behind his shoulders.
Yeah.
And he's not looking to get down. He's looking to take on whoever. But he's 6'3", so he's got to learn how to get behind his shoulders, get behind everything that's coming and get down.
Well, hopefully what happens this year is that the receivers get open, the offensive line protects, and he's able to throw the ball.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even have to worry about getting out there and doing that so much.
Yeah, and we hope so. And for all intents and purposes, the line has done a pretty good job. They did a pretty good job.
I think they've been doing an exceptional job. And to have them grow from that is just going to be exciting to see, because as a lineman and being down in the trenches, typically you only get better as the season goes on.
Right, and that's the beauty of college football.
It
you
is.
Know what I'm saying? You get a chance to get better each week, and regardless if you lost one week, you can come back the next week and still do work and still get better. And we believe this team will get better. Just got to see. And another thing I want to see from just while we're talking about quarterbacks, I would like to see what the other guys have a little bit.
And I was thinking that was going to happen at the end of the game. I thought that maybe we would have seen Yates a little bit, Tucker and that kind of thing. Now, it's a long season.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got some opportunities down the road now. We got a tough schedule. So, and then, of course, when you're trying to make a quarterback and get him in, you got to give him the reps.
You got to give him the reps. And like we talked about,
we've talked about those opportunities.
Yeah, we've got to afford those opportunities too. But the thing about it, like we've talked about off the air, you just gotta, you just took this kid and said, okay, here, we got a free year. Let's go get it. And
that's the beauty of it.
That's the beauty of it. You're letting him take a lot of lumps. You're letting him take all the bumps and bruises this year, hoping that next year everything will be all right, and you'll be able to resume, and you'll have your guy.
Yeah.
And he is the guy. I just want to see, as I talked to you before, I want to see him throwing the long ball a little bit more.
That's true.
I'm kind of, because the intermediate stuff, he got that. The short stuff, he's got the touch. But, we haven't really seen him throw the long ball. They haven't turned him loose on the long ball just yet.
And it's hard for us to tell since we're not there. Kind of really what's going on, because we've got just the television view. But to kind of see who's maybe getting open and he's not seeing, or maybe our guys are not getting open. Maybe defenses are playing us differently, because that highlight reel from Amarian Brown last year was pretty darn special.
Yeah.
Blowing the top off of many defenses last year. So I'm sure a lot of people are trying to defend against that.
Right.
But you're looking at a scenario here, too, that just in your playmaking, your design, and everything else, we've got to figure out a way how to get Amarian involved in that deep game.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Without a doubt, and getting some people deep out there and start stretching this defense a little bit. 470-412-0917. Get you into the studio on the air with us to ask your questions. We want to engage with you guys today. We made sure that we put Deion Sanders. We put all of the. We had all of the superstars. I even forgot their names now. But we had all of them set up for y'all this week. But we said, no, our fans come first. So we wanted to hear them and to check that out and see what's on your mind, just to talk some Georgia Tech football this week. But it was, to me, okay, so if you look at the big picture, it was a great learning lesson because, Ken, teams like that have kind of littered our schedule this year. So we've got a Clemson.
Right.
We've got a Louisville.
Right.
We've got a Notre Dame.
Yep.
Okay. So in light of that, we're going to see more action with teams that can really kind of
Get it done.
And move the ball.
Move the ball, right.
Now, as a whole, I think that, now the defensive wise and looking good on there. Our linebackers are getting better. I saw Mr. Knight getting there and getting a little bit more active this week, get a little more physical.
Right.
Charlie Thomas showed up.
Yeah.
Okay, so he was out there, 2 sacks. Okay, got out there and doing some things. Not sure if he kind of got out of position at times. I think you mentioned that a couple of times where it didn't look like he kind of knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
But he's a playmaker, so he just went and made a play.
He went and made a play, yeah.
But it's hard to tell definitely how they're utilizing him right now. It looks like, though, as an extra, he's nickel, is what they're talking about, but also somebody that can provide some pressure throughout the game.
Yeah, well, Charlie's the guy. He's been the guy for the last couple of seasons. Since he walked on campus,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah.
He's that guy that is a ball player that can get to the ball no matter where he's playing at. And I think they're playing him maybe in the defensive backfield a little bit more this year. And so they got him moving around a little bit. So at times you look out and you see him. Okay, am I supposed to be what side of strength? Where am I going? So you'll see him running back and forth, back and forth.
Right.
And and I think that happened in the first game where you running some man principles, but you're not sure if we're passing things off, how things are communicated. Because in the secondary, if when things are passed off, all that's got to be communicated.
Exactly.
All that's got to be communicated, so you'll know what man you have. Because you'll sit there and be like, okay, that's my man, but you lock on him. And if we're passing off, if a man passes him and I'm the outside guy, I got to get him.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things where you never know how the communication is. And with everything, it takes they have to communicate a whole lot better,
Well, we're going to go to a commercial in a second. But what I wanted to actually address, too, is that, there are some names that we're not hearing on defense. And sometimes that's a good thing, okay? So in the FSU game, to sit there and to hear or to not hear, okay, Mr. Walton, okay? But then, of course, he came up with a couple of big plays at the end.
Right.
But Coach was actually talking about the fact that how he had been really shutting down his guy throughout the week. And so, throughout the game, so therefore he was playing an exceptional game.
Right.
But this week, and also the first week, Wanye Thomas, okay, is somebody that we haven't heard too much. When he finally did get an interception in the game, he fell down, okay. But at the same time, what's going on with Wanye? What do you feel what's happening with him? If anything, it may not be anything.
I don't think there's really anything going on with him. I just think sometimes you just have to. Sometimes you have to create havoc.
Well, exactly.
You just have to go out there and be. I want to see him a little bit more involved in stuff that's going on.
Because the safety from UCF, we heard his name all day long.
Yeah.
He was big time in the game, big hits, everything else. But of course, sometimes it comes from the game and how our defense is played and what's going on with that.
Right.
But I just want to see him a little bit more involved, maybe in a couple of tackles, a couple of pass breakups, something like that.
Yeah.
And he might just be doing an exceptional job. Like I said, we're not there live right now, so it's hard for us to tell.
Yeah, and he and Tyreek Carpenter are two.
But I'm hearing Tyreek's name.
Yeah,
and I'm seeing him play.
But they're two of the biggest safeties that I think I've ever seen besides myself.
Well, yeah, because when you were out there, it was just you. Now that kind of thing. Now World T, he was big up top, but
yeah, T had them with chicken legs. It's like, man, do you do any squats, man?
Any squats? Well, let's go to a commercial. And as soon as we come back from the commercial, we'll take your calls at 470-412-0917. Look forward to hearing from y'all and talking about our Yellow Jackets. But right back after the commercial.
Are you experiencing fatigue? Can't seem to lose those unwanted pounds? Trouble focusing? Perhaps you need a really good detox regimen. Look no further. Begin your Tava lifestyle today. Visit kqtavana.tavalifestyle.com or call Queen Covington at 404-226-0973 for more info. Your health is your wealth, and it's right around the corner. Own it today.
There we go. There we go. Also, this show is brought to you by the Covington Agency, Auto, Home, Life, Medicare, Final Expense, Commercial, Worksite Benefits.
Yeah.
Anything and everything that will help you get above the line, folks. Something that'll get you going. How is your 7702 retirement plan coming? If you don't know what that is, we need to be talking. So give me a call at 404-596-3951. Check out my webpage, the Covington Agency, on Facebook at facebook.com. My agent, Thomas Covington. Right there on Facebook. Or if you're in the Facebook, just go to @myagent_Thomas_Covington and you'll go ahead and book an appointment and let's talk. Knowledge is power. Know-how is key. Let's begin.
Yeah, Tommy got me today, so you know what I'm saying. y'all come on in the house, man.
I tell you what, though, kid, it's a passion for me to know that my people are covered.
Well, I'm glad to know, and but you know how it is. That's a hard thing to talk about. Your demise.
Your demise. It really is.
And my birthday is tomorrow, so I'm like, this joker calling me on the day before my birthday, talking about some final expenses and yada yada yada. And can I make 50?
Hey, and we see it all the time. And brother, hey, we got a lot of our brothers that didn't even make it to this time.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Well, let's talk about that after our caller. Let's call a caller waiting. Come on, caller. Come online and talk to us. We're here at the player's perspective. Thank you for giving us a call.
Hey guys, really love the show. Thanks for putting it on. For Tom, I got a question for you about the tight ends. I know you watch them a little closer than the rest of us.
Mm-hmm.
How are they using those differently this year as opposed to last year? Are they opening up the playbook for them anymore?
Absolutely, and they're also adding what they call a 2 tight end set, also kind of going a little heavy. They're actually moving us around a little bit, motion shifts, that kind of thing, to kind of put a little bit of pressure on that defense. Getting out in the middle of the field, so far as getting utilizing, trying to suck the safety in, maybe occupy a linebacker here and there, a way to kind of stretch the field a little bit and open up some of those holes on the perimeter is what we actually are looking at for them to do. And then, of course, on the short and 3rd down and 6 or less, they're becoming targets to help us to move that chain. So I'm loving the way that they're implementing the tight end. It's going to be great to see. Unfortunately, last week our top 2 didn't even play. And but we got to see Mr. Jack Coco, Mr. Skinny out there do some things. And so we were excited about seeing that, and he's contributing very well for us. So I think the tight ends are going to be awesome this year, and they're going to really contribute well for us.
All right.
Appreciate you calling, buddy. Appreciate you calling. All right, next caller. Do we have another caller, Kim?
Not back to back. I'll say we.
I saw
back
the
to
call
back.
waiting up there. Okay. All right. Well, good. Well, appreciate you giving us a call and checking in with us. But yeah, Ken, I'm excited about the tight ends being back. I believe that in that position, it causes a lot of stress on the defense, but also the fact of the combination of the tight ends and the backs coming out of the backfield.
Yeah.
I think are reasons why you're seeing the productivity that we are having.
Right.
Ken, we're averaging 450 yards of offense in the first 2 games of this year against some formidable opponents,
Right.
FSU and UCF. I can only imagine how we can progress from here and how much we can grow from here.
Right. And that's going to be one of the things that I think that's going to be interesting and exciting to see as we move forward and as they begin to get a little bit better and more proficient in what they're doing on offense, to be able to take those things and that they learn from week to week and progress with them. You know, so that's going to be a good thing, I believe. I really
think
do
so
believe that.
too. We got another call on the line. Caller, come on in.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
We
Yes.
sure can. Welcome to the show.
First off, I want to say thank you guys for putting this on. I absolutely love watching every Thursday. I want to ask you guys a question. It's for both of y'all. What kind of things can we do different in the red zone to start converting some of these points? I think we had 3 drives in the red zone in the first quarter last game, and we only got 7 points out of it.
Right.
What can we do different?
Well, one thing that we can do is hold on to the ball. And that's very simple. Just hold on to the ball. Know that the ball is the most important thing. It's better to get no yards than to lose the ball. Okay, so we want to hold on to that ball. Secondly, a little bit more poise. Don't get so excited. He missed that corner pass, the flag to the corner last week. I think it was to Amarian too, where he just overthrew the ball because that was an easy touchdown also. So right now, I think Jeff has to just relax a little bit, trust himself, and take it easy because really it had nothing to do with our play calling, had nothing to do with us being open or not open. It really had to do with execution, and we just failed to execute.
And I agree with Tom. Caller, what's your name, sir?
No, this is Jacob Mashburn.
Okay,
Hey,
yeah,
Jacob.
Jacob. Good. I thought that was you, but I wasn't sure. I think that's the thing, Jacob. I think we have to really in the red zone. I think as the season goes on, we'll be a little bit better, and we'll get better as time goes on. And as Tommy alluded to, we have to execute down in there. The execution of some plays, because it doesn't take much in the red zone for things to go wrong.
Right. That's
And
right.
you have a missed block here or a missed assignment there, and the next thing you know, or you jump off sides. That's a mental error or
Right.
whatever, and things can happen, and you just won't be able to convert. And another thing, we didn't talk about the field goal kicking, but that was another situation that kind of reared its head early in the game, and we had to take Mr. Kelly out and put him and replace him with another guy because I think his movement was a little bit too slow to the ball. You know what I'm saying? So I think that was probably part of the problem, and outside of just getting it blocked up front, but. Going forward, I look for them. This game this week, I'm looking forward to them to really lock down that situation in the red zone. Get Amir Gibbs involved. Get all these high quality wide receivers that we have that are 6'3" and 6'4" involved in some jump ball situations. And hopefully Jeff can be on target and do what we need him to do.
And I think sometimes too, you're in the front of your home crowd. You got a little bit of pressure there to perform, and a lot of guys were pressing a little bit. A little relaxed in the beginning, when too relaxed, and that's why we had the turnovers and the fumbles. But after that, when you start playing from behind, you tend to press.
Yeah.
And so that's where poise and your composure comes in. So looking forward to them improving on that on week 3.
All right. Thank you for your call, Jacob. We appreciate you. Thanks for listening, man.
Thank you, guys.
All right, brother.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, that's a very good question. What we're gonna do in the red zone? As the red zone.
But I don't think
is
we've
concerned.
been that bad, though.
I think we've, like you alluded to, we turned the ball over a little bit too much, and we've had some situations where we should have scored the rock.
Right.
And
Because FSU, we missed 2 opportunities.
We missed 2 opportunities. I mean, from 20 to 20, we've been great.
Yes, we
You
have.
know, as far as getting the ball out, getting the ball down the field, and we didn't even talk about at the beginning of the ball game, the kickoff and the return and all that stuff. Let me tell you something. I'm telling y'all right now.
Yes, sir.
You know, Amari, this Amir Gibbs kid.
Uh-huh.
Ooh.
He gets you excited.
Yeah, man, he get me. I'm telling you, I don't want to overstate it too much. Y'all know I don't get excited about folks like this.
But again, I got so excited about this kid last year, man, and you know, I was on pins and needles when his decision because I really wanted him to be down here on the flats, and thank God he was. But it was just the style of play that this kid has. And it's not he's not arrogant. He's not he's not above and himself or out of himself. He plays within himself,
Right.
and uses his skills very well.
And because it doesn't seem like anything is all catching him off guard.
Catching him off guard.
I
He
mean,
just plays.
he
I
just-
mean,
he
the
play-
vision.
it's
is
like
coming.
I can't explain it to y'all.
But see, here's the funny part, and then we're gonna go to our caller, but. All of our backs have elevated their game.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
Jemias Gibson, you know what I'm saying,
yeah.
Griffin, and then and JP, they've all elevated their game.
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh,
then
yeah.
you've got Dante who
Right.
stepped
Who
up.
stepped up, yes.
So we're looking really good
Yeah,
back there,
right back in
and
the
I'm
backfield, yeah.
excited about what our
Right.
production is going
Right,
to be as we
right,
go
yeah,
this
yeah.
season. Next caller on the phone. Welcome to a player's perspective. Glad to have you tonight.
Oh. Well,
Oh, okay.
maybe
So
not.
that was okay. So they had to go to the bathroom. So, but yeah, give us a call tonight, you guys. Hey, we want to hear you. You guys are very live and active on the website.
Good questions.
and we love it. Oh, absolutely, and the great questions. 470-412-0917 get you in the booth with the player's perspective.
Yeah.
But it's exciting. That's why I'm so excited, because at the same time, see, you had this very low expectation.
Yeah.
But you've been watching these kids put this work in. You watch their bodies transform. You've watched their attitudes and their mentality transform. And if you're a baller, which we are constantly putting in ballers.
Right.
And this next class, I'm telling you, is a bunch of ballers in
Right,
that class too.
Right.
So what you're constantly doing, and coach is doing a heck of a job up there of changing the mentality. All you got to see is how you have to get to the point of understanding how to make your own breaks,
Right.
how to actually take control of a game, how to sit there and play within yourself, but then totally outside of yourself, above your game, okay? And you've got to learn how to do that and put it all together on a Saturday. You don't drop in your mind. You don't drop passes, or you don't give up that ball. And those are the things that will help you to really make it, even on defense.
Right.
If you are a defensive back or a linebacker, and a quarterback makes an errant throw, and you intercept the ball, it makes a world of a difference on the outcome of that game. Some guys drop it, they jump up and down, and they're upset about it, and we're upset for them. But then you open a window, and the next play the team scores, or they get a drive, or they do something like that, where all of that could have been erased just by sitting there focusing and getting that taken care of.
Well, it's like we always say, and I used to tell my son this when he was playing. Hey, if you get the opportunity to make a play,
Yeah.
you got to make a play.
You got to make a play.
You got to make a play.
There was a play against Duke where a guy threw the ball in the end zone, and one of our safeties intercepted the ball and ran it to the house.
Yeah.
Now, who was that guy?
That was me.
That was you, right? Okay.
That was on like a 2-point conversion.
on
though.
the 2 it don't matter.
But it was the first year that had to kind of like we had changed the rule where we could score on a 2-point conversion. As I was running down Duke's sideline,
Right.
They're sitting there like, where's he going? Why is he running
Why
so
is he
hard?
running so hard? Forgot all about the rule change, right?
Yeah.
But on the scoreboard, who got the 2?
Yeah, we got the 2.
And so, I mean, and then I'm not even going to really go down that path with our Falcons. But, I mean, when you look at points, Points matter. And points matter. And so whenever you have an opportunity to steal one every now and then, right? Or that kind of stuff, those type of things can change momentum.
Yeah.
And you know, and they can make or break a team.
Yeah, they can make or break a team, and then you have situations where we are getting turnovers, but we've got to learn how to convert on those situations when we get down in plus territory, when we get down inside the red zone, as Jacob referred to, when we get those moments where we have an opportunity to scoop and score. We've got to have those points.
Yes,
when we have those moments where we can make a field goal to get points, because that's the name of the game. The team with the most points is going to be declared the winner at the end of the ball game.
We talked a lot about the players. So what I want to shift gears to is the coaching, because I know last year a lot of people were so, skeptical about Coach Collins.
Up in arms.
Yeah. And they were like, okay, he's got a lot to say, this, that, and the other, but can he coach? Mm-hmm. Week 2 going into week 3, can our coaches coach?
Yeah, inevitably they can coach. I think they can. I think they have an opportunity. I think they are some of the best coaches available at this moment.
I totally agree.
For the situation at hand, I don't think there could have been another better coach that could have been given a head job.
Right.
As we've talked about it several times on this particular program. Coach Collins came in with his "if I get a Georgia Tech job" starter kit,
right?
And I'm going to rebrand everything. You got 404 all over the swag. You got doggone the ATL all over the swag. He's using the city to really sell the program. Kids, and it's a blaze and a buzz. It doesn't mean anything to a 49, almost 50-year-old guy.
Right.
But to that 18-year-old kid that's trying to make a decision to come somewhere, swag matters.
Well, let me tell you how swag can matter to the 40, 49, 50, 60-year-old when it translates into wins.
Yes, that's it. That's true.
Wins in recruiting.
That's true.
Wins on Saturday. Then all of a sudden you want to get a little jiggy with it too. Right?
Hey, look, I'm still looking for my 404 hat. You know what I'm saying?
I want that shirt.
I want the shirt. I want the shirt. I want all.
Everything. Oh goodness,
man, it looks tremendous.
That drip is.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But can he coach? Yes, he can coach.
I think he can coach.
He's sold the program, and I think finally he's getting athletes in that can do what he needs to be done on both sides of the ball. I just think right now there is a problem with accumulation of depth. You want to, Coach O'Leary, I will say this until I'm not saying it anymore.
Yeah.
You're only good as you are too deep.
Too deep. Now, so what do you think we are right there? Because I think that we've got a good
we're a player and a half. We're player and a half.
Almost there. Not that quite.
We're almost there. We're not quite there, because when I say too deep, it's got to be at every position. It's got to be interchangeable. It's got to be interchangeable everywhere.
Let's break it down. Okay, rushing. Okay, running backs. Are we too deep?
Oh, we 4 deep at that. That's different.
Receiving.
I would dare say you got players. You got ball players.
We got ball players.
You got ball players at that position. I would dare say that.
I can say that if you're looking at certain positions, we got too deep. But all the way across on all receivers, you're about right.
Yeah.
About 1 3/4.
Yeah.
We are very close.
You're very, very close on a lot of those things. And when I say too deep, what I mean is, how big of the drop off is it when my first guy is out and my second guy is in?
Right.
And that's just not athletically. That's mentally. That's want to.
Right.
That's everything. Everything that's supposed to get him above the line to play.
Right.
Does that player possess that in order to really be on the field? And should he be on the field in that situation? Right. And if he's in a situation where it's a lot of pressure,
right,
can he make a play?
Pressure.
Can he make a play?
Now, linebacker.
we got to have serious work with linebacker.
Yeah.
Serious. I mean, I know David Curry is doing everything he can do, but that is the weakest position that we have.
Yeah.
Quez Jackson is playing really well.
Yeah.
You know, but we've got to get Tyson Minguez and these young guys on into the program because they look the part right now, but they just don't know what to do just yet. You
What
know
about
I'm saying?
Demetrius Knight? How you like his play?
I like his play so
do
far.
too.
I like how he gets after the ball. You know, he's one of those bright spots. You got bright spots and you got shining spots. You know, everywhere. I think up front, as far as the line is concerned, we don't have that depth yet.
Right.
You know, and of course you get the injury to TK, and you get the injury to the end that was supposed to, you know,
what, Chico Bennett?
No.
Are you talking about the injury to our end, our defense end?
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about Antonius Clayton?
Clayton, yeah. I couldn't.
That's all
escaped
right.
my mind
That's
for a
all
minute,
right.
but
Everybody will forgive us. They know we old.
you know, you get those injuries and those things like that chip away at your depth. Now you got to play a younger guy. Now you got to play somebody that might not necessarily you're ready to play him just yet.
And I think that's the only thing that's the thorn in my side is, like, you know, where would we be right now? What type of games would these last two games have been if we had everybody ready to go?
Right.
If Clayton was ready to go, okay. If we had Clayton and Thomas, and then if, you know, I mean, we lost our two tight ends this last weekend.
Right.
If we could just get everybody on the field right now.
Trey hadn't played yet.
Trey hasn't played. I mean, that's
know,
crazy.
You know, and you know, from that standpoint, you know, you think about how, you know, and like we said at the beginning of the show, 10 minutes to go in the ball game, you're down by 7 points with the ball, and trying to make something happen, and you end up, you know, as we alluded to early in off the air, the wagon just kind of got shaky and fell all the way apart, all apart. You know,
I want to talk to something a little bit off topic, but and I saw it, and I don't know why, but you know, I just never trust Notre Dame. Okay, and we understand how
you don't trust them or you don't like them.
Both. but but at the same time, it's COVID is going to impact a lot of games.
Yeah, it's going to impact a lot of us.
They had a chance to play this weekend against Wake Forest, and they postponed the game.
Yeah, supposedly
because of COVID.
Right.
I just, for them, for some reason in my mind, it was like they just want a week off.
Tommy, come
because
on.
Because it was an open date for both of those teams to play on October 3rd.
Right.
So all it was
so they chose.
So they had a couple guys banged up a little bit, and they chose to basically utilize that, basically get their mulligan.
Well, you know, I mean, and
you think there's going to be some stuff like that going on this year?
There might be some finesse.
Okay.
You know, there might be some finesse in the system just because at this moment you can get away with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to say that happened in this case,
yeah.
but you know, this is a very serious situation. I'm just glad we got football because I prayed about it. Lord have mercy, God.
Amen.
Back in March.
Okay.
I said, God, if you don't do nothing else,
come on now.
If you don't do nothing else for your boy this year,
just give me some football.
Just give me a little bit of football. just a little bit, Lord. I'll live better. I'll do my best.
Well, you heard it here on A Player's Perspective. If you want something done and you want it to come to fruition, you need to call Pastor Ken.
There you go, call
and let him get some prayer on you. That's what I'm talking about.
Prayer
right
going
there.
down, but but for real though, I did. Yeah. I was concerned.
Yeah,
I'm still concerned.
Yeah,
you know, because if I had a son that was playing right now, I don't know how willing I would be to let him play.
Well, now, let's get into that, okay? Because I said we've talked about this too. Going into this season, I don't know how we even playing.
Right, exactly.
You know, because if you would ask me, no, I would have been just like the Big Ten. No, we're not playing.
We're not playing, right?
But it's from the player's perspective,
right.
that I want to get out there.
Yeah,
if I was playing right now, heck yeah, I don't even care.
Yeah, I mean,
because all I want to play is football.
That's it, and that's all as a 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old kid.
Absolutely, you're invincible.
That you don't think about tomorrow like that.
Mm-mm.
You don't think about this could be very serious if I get it.
Right.
Blah blah blah. You're not thinking about none of that. All you're doing is, I want to play football. That's what they brought me here for. Let me play.
Let me play. That's right. So,
You know.
so I mean, shout out, because I mean, I think about the welfare of everybody, and then of course, you know, it's hitting home for us, and so we know this is real
Right.
and the impacts on what's going on. And to me, people's lives are just a little bit more valuable than the game. Now, as a kid, like I said, I would not have understood. I would have been pissed off. I would have been mad.
Yeah.
But as a parent, I can understand.
Yeah. The parent, you know, it's got to be, because, you know, I had to call my mom and apologize to her
Hey, Mom.
when my sons were leaving home and were going off to school, and my oldest son was going into the army, and I just had this very clear moment where I had to call her and be like, I am so sorry for all the stress and worry I put you through,
Yeah.
because you don't know the beginning of worry or the beginning of parenting until you can't put your hands on your kids and be like, you know, it's you know, you can fix it for them, or you can help them with this, or you can kind of manage that. But when they're gone and they're out there on their own, now you got to depend on, well, did I put enough in them?
Right. To survive on their own. Ooh, I think about that with my boys all the time, every single time, for what they're going through, how they're adjusting to life. And then with my daughters, man, I have to pull back all the time, because it's almost like I want to put them in a bubble.
Right.
You know, I hate to see them just fall.
Right.
And scuff their legs or knee or something like that. So it's you know, what they always said, you know, be careful how you treat your parents.
Yes, Lord.
Because your kids will do twice what you did to your parents.
I'm like, Lord, I couldn't have been that bad.
Oh, gosh. Well, we're going up to the Qs this weekend. Dino Babers, okay, head coaching up there. This is his 5th year. They're opening up the new renovated Carrier Dome up there in Syracuse, New York. New York, hometown for me, so shout to Strong Island up there and all my peeps. Also found out that, you know, Tech don't have anybody from New York on their roster right now.
Really?
Really. And so
I thought y'all was a hotbed. I thought
we
y'all...
are. We are. If you ask Penn State, Syracuse, Pittsburgh, Ohio State, if you ask all of them,
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought
You
y'all
can
played.
get some
I thought
talent over there.
y'all played ball up there.
We
Y'all
play
ball.
ball, baby. We play. And here's the funniest part is that right now they say a lot of the best athletes are from the city.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, you know, I don't know. Y'all got to let me know what's up, but that's what I'm reading in the papers. So, but anyway, you know, Syracuse has struggled out the gate. They're 0-2 right now. I think they're trying to find themselves. Tommy DeVito and Rex Culpepper, the son of Dante Culpepper, I think it is.
Wow.
So, you know,
Tell me we getting old, dog.
we are getting old. When people you played with, their kids are starting to play. Come on now. But it's one of those things where they're trying to find somebody at QB right now, see what they can do. But they showed some promise against Pitt this past weekend.
Yeah.
And you thought they were going to make it a game. Pitt pulled away a little bit later, winning 21-10.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those things. This is a game where Georgia Tech, I want to see them kind of sharpen up some stuff and want to, you know, don't for any reason relax and think that this is a bad football team.
Right.
They're not necessarily a bad football team. They've just got some deficiencies right now, and Coach Babers will have them ready to play. I guarantee you that they'll be ready to play. And you know, we always talk about it, when you go play against people you're supposed to beat, you better beat them.
You better beat them.
And don't give them an opportunity or a chance to get any kind of confidence or anything that can happen to get any momentum on their side, because that only aids in them beating you. And we've both been on both sides of that. You know, people underestimated us
Absolutely.
for a long period of time, and the next thing you know, wait a minute, we're in a ball game with them, and we know how that feels. And then on the converse side, you know how it feels when a team that's not supposed to, UT Chattanooga is not supposed to be hanging with you.
Hanging with you. That's
You're not
right.
supposed to beat UT Chattanooga 6-3. Stop playing with me. Stop playing. And that happened. We know that happened.
Well, no, that was Virginia Tech.
No, we beat UT Chattanooga my freshman year 6-3. I called my mama and said, "Mama, I think I need to transfer."
Well, I don't remember
See,
that.
you don't have to remember, Tommy. I remember.
I thought we beat them 41-9, 44-9.
Man, stop playing. Who? Where?
That was 44-9.
Where?
Somebody check them stats.
Where?
For us. Check them stats for us.
6-3.
6-3 UT Chattanooga.
UT Chattanooga, 1988.
Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you what. That's exactly what we are talking about so far as the mentality or the thought process you cannot have going up there this week.
Right.
You have got to get to the point where you play everybody at the same level
right.
with the same attention to detail. If you have not watched as much film this week for Syracuse as you watched for Florida State, and you see,
Shame on you.
Shame on you.
Shame on you.
Because it's going to reflect and show come Saturday.
Yeah.
But I'm just believing though that this team is different.
Yeah.
I'm believing that we are turning the corner, and that's the way that you turn the corner.
Right.
People are expecting you are favored in this game.
Yeah.
And people are expecting for you to go up there, handle your business, and come on home.
Right.
Okay. And start getting ready for Louisville.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And the way our program takes this upward approach and upward trajectory is what I'm looking for. You're right. Thank you very much. But that's the way you do it.
Right.
Because now what you start showing people is that you are for real. Recognize that there is a change going on North
Right.
Avenue,
Right.
and that the Tech boys are ready. And
Right.
then this is the way that you do it. Go and lay the wood on them.
Yeah.
Go and lay the wood on them. It's not about them. We've been saying that since the beginning of the year.
I think that's our motto. It's not about. It's
not
never going to be. It's not going to be about Clemson.
Mm-mm.
It's not going to be about Syracuse.
Nope.
It's not going to be about. It's going to be about what Georgia Tech can do and what
we
Georgia
can
Tech can accomplish. And you can't go in with wide eyes and looking around like you don't belong.
Right.
You always want to play like you belong.
Play like
and if
you
you really
belong,
want to play
what
like you belong, I'm telling you right now, Tommy, you alluded to it, and
Mm-hmm.
we talked about it last week. We talk about it just about every other week. You got to get in that film room and study, baby.
You have to.
You got to get in and study. I mean, I know it's kind of hard to squeeze it in. Y'all got all kind of different stuff. Shoot, we had the Betamax and we had doggone reel-to-reel film and stuff that we had to lug around, and I had a projector set up in my room.
In the room, yeah.
You know, watching film over and over and over again. And it's just little stuff that you had to do. Coming out of high school, going into college, you don't realize that's going to be a part of it, but
Right.
it's such a part of it.
It's such a part
that
of it.
when you go to the college to the pros,
Mm-hmm.
it's even more a part of it because that's your job. That's what you do.
That's exactly what you got to do. Oh my gosh! I mean, from 7:30 in the morning until 5:30, 6:30 at night.
Yes,
That's your job.
that's your job. That's what you do.
And so you just can't get there by going through college not watching film. You're
No.
gonna have to build up and get some understanding on how to put that together.
How to put it together. Yeah.
And so you guys that are listening and guys that know guys that aren't listening right now, let them know. Let's get into that film room. Now it's Thursday. It's kind of late. You're gonna be on the plane tomorrow, going up to Syracuse. Are they taking a plane? What's that all about nowadays? Because I'm guessing that for trips like this, you gotta take a plane. But
Yeah,
for
I'm
the
pretty
most
sure.
part, they're taking buses.
They took a bus
They took it to Tallahassee.
to Tallahassee. I mean, I can understand that.
They took a bus to Georgia Tech.
I mean, Georgia Tech, of course. They're gonna do that. They're not taking a bus. They're not taking 11 buses on the road to New York. I'm trying to tell you right now.
That would be.
They're flying. It's gonna be a private jet. I mean, it's gonna be our
Yeah.
charter jet or whatever.
If we were taking buses to Syracuse, chalk it up about the L. We taking the L.
Straight L, bro. It's gonna be a lot of loose stuff going on in the bus. I'm telling you, we gotta go, man. It's gonna be a lot of loose stuff going on. Card game gonna get loose. Everything gonna get loose.
Everything's gonna get loose. You got that right.
The CeeLo and the dice game gonna get.
Shout out to the boys back in the day. Oh gosh, pot.
You know, ooh, boy, pot.
Not marijuana.
Not
y'all.
marijuana,
No,
but
no,
I
not
hadn't.
like that.
I ain't thought about that game in a long time.
Really?
Boy, Lord of mercy. People don't understand. You get that little meal money, man. You trying to double that thing
Trying
up.
to double it up. Trying to double it up. Well, 12 o'clock on Saturday, our Jackets take the field in the newly renovated Carrier Dome up there in Syracuse, New York. The Orange are looking to break into the win column. Tech is looking to substantiate themselves and get up over 500 right now to a 2-1 record. It's safe to say that if we play ball like we're supposed to and go up there and do it like we're supposed to, we should win this game. Coach Pat believes right now, a little nut. I don't know if people caught this, but he really feels we should be scoring 30 points a game.
I think so too.
And I see
Because
had every opportunity
to do it, even in the first game.
Even in the first game, absolutely.
I mean, you had 3 drives that came away fruitless.
Yes.
That was inside the 20.
Well, all I want y'all to do is really, really just pay attention to what I'm about to say. And just remember, and the guys, the coach and everything, they know me. Hold the ball. I'm serious. I am so serious, man. You running 40 yards down the field, that sucker is pretty. And then somebody come and strip your behind, and the ball's gone, and then what? You've got nothing.
Yep.
So remember that, yardage without the ball is 0.
There you go.
We got to protect that ball. Go up there, have some fun, man.
Yeah.
Put the ball in the end zone, enjoy one another, and get out there with a win and come on,
Come back with a W, baby.
Just bring them
Bring the
W's.
dub home, baby.
Bring them dubs, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Well, we appreciate you all checking in with us this week for A Player's Perspective. Our time is up. Ken will not let me stretch this show to 2 hours.
No.
But, but one day we will. We're going to get them. But we appreciate our Tava for Life sponsor out there. And you guys check it out on our pages. We have our advertisement out there. We thank the Covington Agency for sponsoring us, looking for some more sponsors. If you guys would like to have us advertise your business on our show, give us a call. Hit us up on the Facebook. Let us know what you're thinking. We'll be glad to do it for you. Any final thoughts, Ken?
Hey, all the callers that called in, we thank you for calling in.
Thank y'all.
And appreciate y'all for being a part of the show.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to do that for, probably from here on out. Every time we don't have guests, probably going to allow you guys to call in. So get your questions ready. And, don't be afraid to come on. And we want to say thank you to the guys that did. Yep. And, like I said, go Jackets. Let's get a win. Let's come home with a W, baby. And, I'm just praying for the best.
I'm praying for the best. Thank you for engineer Kim Jackson behind the glass. Thank you for Seven Springs Studio.
Yeah.
There you go. Absolutely. Remember that name, Seven Springs Studio. Find it on Facebook. Find it on Instagram. Find it on Spreaker. And then look for A Player's Perspective, and you'll find us. Until next weekend or next week, we'll find you. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the game. Let's go Jackets. Peace.
Peace.
Are you experiencing fatigue? Can't seem to lose those unwanted pounds? Trouble focusing? Perhaps you need a really good detox regimen. Look no further. Begin your Tava lifestyle today. Visit kqtavana.tavalifestyle.com or call Queen Covington at 404-226-0973 for more info. Your health is your wealth, and it's right around the corner. Own it today.